Shana, congratulations on The Hole in the Ground.
Thank you very much.
It's a scary movie, probably the first great scary movie of the year, at least in my
Yes.
opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you talk a bit about how did you get on board, and what is it about Lee's script that kind of attracted you to the project?
What attracted me to the project was the challenge of being in a horror movie and what comes with that. So I knew it was going to be really physical. I knew to base horror but in a real setting that I felt honest and true from the character's point of view. I knew that was going to be a challenge, and just being like physically and mentally prepared to kind of enter into that world where you're living with a monster.
So this is your first horror venture?
Yeah, and horror, the genre wasn't something that I was really versed in. But the more I think about it, the more I actually love horror movies. The more we talk about horror movies, I'm like, oh my God, that was an amazing movie. And at the moment, horror is having such a good resurgence with Hereditary, A Quiet Place, Get Out, all that. So it's a good time for horror, and I think they're very much like character driven dramas, almost like psychological thrillers. So that was a real draw to me as well.
Now, what is it about Sarah that seems very complex to you, your character?
She has had quite a past, and I think the point at which we meet Sarah in the movie, she's trying to get away from her past and start fresh. But obviously, she has to take a look at her past before she can move into her future, and that's really what this film, like, it's manifested in this film. Um, so that was a big draw to me, and how you multitask and come to live with your past and to come through it and grow, but also be able to, you know, accept it too.
Now, without spoiling details for my fans, I gotta ask because I saw the film. You seem to have gotten like thrown around quite a bit. It seems
Yeah.
physically challenging.
Yeah.
Could you tell me about that aspect of the film?
Yeah, that was the physical element of the movie was a real draw for me. That's one of the things that really pulled me into the movie, literally. And
Was that all you?
yes, there was an amazing stunt coordinator. They were so amazing, and I did have a stunt double, so she did help me out. But a lot for some of it, but a lot of it I got to do, which was amazing because I really enjoyed that experience. And some of my favorite scenes to shoot were the physical scenes, and I wanted to be ready and prepared for that. So that was yeah, that excited me about the project.
And talk a bit about working with James Quinn. What a
Yeah.
fantastic young actor he is.
Yeah, he's amazing. He is so professional. He's probably one of the most professional actors I've ever worked with. He always showed up, knew what he was doing. And it's a great thing working with kids because they add spontaneity. They add a lot of structure to your day because it has to be structured for them, like only a certain amount of hours, and um that you can only improv and move as much as you can. But then, as well as that, if his attention wanes or if he's tired, or you have to respond to that too. So he added a lot of life to the set, and everyone has to be mindful that there's a child on set, so it actually creates a nice environment. People don't go are in better moods and less angry. If things get stressful, it's like, okay, let's put this into context, and also there's a child here, so let's be mindful of him. So it actually makes a good working environment.
And it's amazing how you two go toe to toe with each other really well.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
that's
fun.
one of the aspects that I love about this movie.
Yeah, it was fun just getting to know James. That's I didn't want to come in and be like, oh, now I am your mother. I wanted to be a relationship where, okay, let's start off with friends and let's naturally move into that rather than force a mother son relationship. So when I first met James, I was like, okay, let's hang out and see what we have in common, which is mainly like Minions and like movies that he liked. I was like, oh, I like the movies too. So that's kind of where we bonded and then moved from there.
Now, what do you think this? Maybe this is a question for Lee, but I want to ask you anyway. What is this? What does this movie say about single parenthood? Do you think?
Yeah, maybe that is a question for Lee, but
It's a
I
tough life.
think I think yeah, for to be a single parent or a parent in general, I think is hard. I'm not a parent myself, but seeing my friends and family uh being parents, it's a difficult thing to do. I think um I had to multitask a lot in this movie. I think that's one of the things that really taught me that as a parent you have a lot on your plate and you have to balance it all your own stuff along with caring for somebody else, and their needs come first. And you know So to be a single parent, I don't think it shows the absolute complexities in day-to-day life, because not everybody's, they might feel like they're in a horror film, but like they're not in a horror film. So I think it shows one aspect or of some of the struggles that a single mother can face.
Wait, you see, this is your first horror film, but are you a horror fan yourself?
I am a horror fan.
Okay, good.
I'm really scared though. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. My imagination runs wild. Only last night I watched Halloween, the new one, and I was talking to the TV full on for like most of the films. That's probably not enjoyable for the people that are watching the movie with me, but I do enjoy horror, and I didn't realize how much I enjoy horror till now. And actually speaking about the different horror genres that Lee pulled on for this movie, like The Shining or Rosemary's Baby, and then to the new horror that are out, which I mentioned earlier. So I'm very much a horror fan.
I'm wondering, that's my final questions I gotta ask you. It's an Irish film. What's your reaction bringing it to Sundance and now bringing it to American audiences in general?
It's amazing that an Irish film it's just getting that viewership, that, that platform to be seen on a wider scale. I think when Lee was making the movie, he was very conscious of the fact that he wanted it to be any place, any time. So not particularly Irish. So it is set in Ireland and we have Irish accents, and, it's an Irish movie, but that this could be anywhere, and there's nothing more exciting than horror to make you feel alive, yeah.
My final question is, what's on your horizon? What's coming up next?
The horizon, the big expanse of who knows? I'm kind of just waiting for the next thing to come across that's going to challenge me and excite me, a really good script that's like, okay, I'm ready for this.
Mommy, where are you?